Okay. So you have to take inventory. What do you know? What do you know about diabetes? Your pancreas, your whole endocrine system. What do you know about nutrition, right? The goods, the bads. Most people have a good understanding of what it is they should be eating and the things that they need to avoid. Again, there is some crossover. I'm a firm believer in the fact that there is very little all or nothing. So it's hard to say like, oh yeah, all of this is bad, all of this is not bad. That being said, if you're eating fast food 7 days a week, you probably know that that's not good. Um, and about mental health, right? Stress has such an incredible factor in exacerbating and actually creating um, disease and illness, right? So, are you feeling like you're living at 1,000 miles an hour with your running around with your head cut off all the time? That's a problem. That's not what life is supposed to be like, right? So, what are the things that improve your health that you are not doing? And these are the three things that are just the lowest hanging fruit. Are you exercising regularly? Are you getting sunshine? Are you moving around? Improving your circulation, increasing lean muscle mass, however it is that you want to do it, you got to start moving. You got to start moving. And again, baby steps. Just start doing something. Go for a walk once a day, 15 minutes maybe. Get up and down off your couch 15 times in a row and just like start moving. We've become sedentary in our ways. Hydrating, making sure you're drinking enough water and getting your trace minerals, magnesium, sodium, potassium. Again, I've covered these types of things in previous podcasts, and there will be more to come getting into the nitty gritty of it. But drinking water and using water to replace some of the beverages that you shouldn't be drinking, like soda and sweetened teas and all of that kind of inflammatory food, which leads to the next point, which is eating whole foods, right? So if you're not cooking your food, using whole foods, vegetables, fruits, and avoiding fast food and inflammatory things like palm oil, canola oil. There's a million different things I could list off right now, but it's really more about we have this inkling, kind of have this deep understanding of what it is. We kind of know what we need to do, right? Whole foods and vegetables, whole fruits and vegetables, more water. Again, most people's conditions are going to improve just making those changes, but don't let the fact that you don't know, like, well, do I, should I eat this or not this? Don't let that dampen just the small, like, hey, I know I shouldn't be drinking 4 sodas a day. Let's make it 2 and alternate with water. It's like make the little changes that you are sure need to be made, right? So do the things will help. Do not do the things will hurt. Seems intuitive, but then when you get people who feel like they have run out of options, you ask, well, are you doing these simple things? And they say no. It's like, okay, well, why not? Those are the simple things that you should be doing. You just feel so defeated in not knowing that you miss out on some of the low-hanging fruit. And start small, start slow, right? So people are like, well, I drank water for a week and nothing happened, so I stopped. You're like, man, it took you your entire life to get to where you are. And you inherited some of your conditions from your parents and their parents. So it's like, it's not going to happen immediately, right? You have to commit, right? So all of these results arise from consistent habits. Celebrate, like have gratitude for those small daily victories, making the choice between something healthy and something that you did before that hurt you, right? And you have to trust and believe in actually reaching your goal. So you have to believe that it is possible. That's the first one, right? Because you can do everything right, but if you're doing it begrudgingly the whole time and not believing that it is going to help, it won't help, or you're going to severely limit how much it does help, right? So don't be so hard on yourself. Doubts, fear, anxiety, old habits will be there, right? You've been doing these things and having these things your whole life. That's how you got the disease. So they're not just going to disappear overnight, right? So you're going to have the cravings, you're going to see the restaurant that you want to go to. Like, it's okay. Like, you're going to be okay. Some people have success just saying, no, I'm never going to do this again. Some people are like, okay, I've gone this long. I'm going to treat myself this one time and then go back to my improved ways. Start a conversation with yourself. Acknowledge the doubt, fear, and anxiety. You know, it's okay to be afraid to change, right? Change is difficult for everybody. But again, you have to recognize that the fact that you were consistently doing those things were what got you where you are. You are not happy with where you are, so you need to change those things in order to get you where you do want to be, right? So um, find a way that works best for you in terms of moving past that, right? And I want to say that that's the end, right? So we can do this. That's really the end all be all. Diabetics will be who heal diabetes. I believe that wholeheartedly. We've kind of become resolved that it will come from some sort of lab grown in a petri dish, this big procedure that you're going to need insurance for. I am just so past that. I am not at all a subscriber to that. I think it will be done naturally. Foods, nutrition, exercise, that will be what cures type 2 and type 1s, right? So, type 2 diabetics, you need to know that people are losing their type 2 diabetes and living a medication free life every day. Every day. Hang around my channel on TikTok. You will see them in the comment section. People having success not having type 2 diabetes anymore. Okay. So, and then type 1s, you'll see, I have written, have more mental blocks to overcome because we've been convinced we're more complicated than type 2. And like, oh, it's genetic. Oh, you know, I need to rely on a transplant, things like that. This is changing. Our understanding of the disease is evolving. Those are all concepts that we have just accepted as so for decades, right? And there has been very, very little progress um, to move any of those forward. So in the meantime, we've kind of just become kind of this woe is me, kind of stuck with this, nothing we can do, and it's cost us a lot of time in actually resolving to change it, and it is changing, right? So type 1s, there is hope. I'm having success regenerating. We can naturally regenerate beta cells. We can naturally reduce inflammation. Those two things are what brought about type 1 diabetes. So addressing those two things and improving those two things, there's no reason you can't get rid of type 1 diabetes. That's how I'm reasoning things. So that's it for the episode. Thank you so much for being here. Again, all from a place of love and gratitude. Understand where your doctor is coming from, the establishments that they are born of, and what their motives are, and not having that incite anger or fear on your part. Just understanding that that is how it is. You see it for what it is. You use it for what it is. We just have so much incredible technology that I know we're all using on a daily basis. There's no reason to hate it, right? It's helped us for this long, but now we are needing to go out on our own a little bit more and explore ways to heal as opposed to treat and manage.